Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. I'm looking at my sound levels when I was going through things, setting up. For some reason, the music jumped in sound. I just had to do, I think, an upgrade or an update or an up something to Ecamm Live, which is what I use for streaming. So maybe it altered something. I think I have the settings right now so you can hear me and still hear the music a little. But remember that first video that I did, that music was so stinking loud you couldn't hear anything else. So I think I have it adjusted today. But if not, just say something in the comments and I can see that here. Even as I'm exercising, I'll see something come up. So if you have a yoga block, it would be nice, or a thick book. But, you know, if you don't, it's no big deal. I have some ways to alter some kind of familiar things that will make you tap into some muscles in ways that will wake you up and take notice. So, about building strength here. So let's get creative when we build some strength. Meet me back on your mat. We'll do a little warm up. Let me get my timer set. And we'll start with a little, you know, I always like to start with a little yoga. So inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and reach. Reach, reach, reach both directions. Exhale down. One more of these. Inhale. And exhale down. Now let's circle the arms. Forward up. Back and down, starting with the left or wherever you started. A little range of motion, juicing up the joints. And then take the second side, but with your right arm, go back and up, forward and down. See if you can watch that hand, at least in the peripheral vision, the whole time you're doing these circles. Okay. Now we're going to add a little brain work. We're going to do both at the same time, but in opposite directions. So let's take the left hand back, right hand forward. Here we go. Your brain is going to want to switch everything to symmetrical, so doing the same movement on the same side. Sometimes you think you're doing it, and that sneaky brain has switched things up. Now pause, reverse. Waking up the body, waking up the brain. Your brain might be a little numb midday. Mine can be numb all day. I always need to wake the brain up. And then come back down. Shake those arms out a little bit. Now bring fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. We're going to bring elbows to touch. And then inhale, open. Bring the shoulder blades towards the spine. And then elbows touch, shoulder blades come towards armpits. Inhale, open. Let's do 3 more. 1. 2 and 3. Inhale up and exhale, fold, bend your knees here. Now let's sway, so you can keep your hands on the ground or you can grab your elbows, opposite elbows, but keep the knees bent. That will protect your back. Let your head hang here, shake it, yes, release that cervical spine. Now take the hands behind the calf muscles and gently lift the sit bones. Turn to stretch out the hamstrings and then bend the knees. Inhale, lift the sit bones. And bend the knees. 3 more. 2. And then number 3. Now come on down to the floor on your hands and knees. We'll do some cat-cow, another yoga move. Inhale, drop your belly. Bring your chest forward and your gaze up. So you look like a hammock here. Push down. Sarah says I should say hammock. I say hammock. I don't know. I think it's regional. I'm from Northern Ohio. Now round the spine. Inhale. Cow. We call it cow in yoga. And exhale, round the spine, cat. 1 more each way. And come to a neutral spine and do some circling through the hips. So you circle the hips, the shoulders circle, the knees circle, the elbows circle, the wrists circle. You get a lot of bang for your buck in this one. Now go the other way. And come back to neutral. Extend back long through your right leg. So on the side camera you can see, yep, I'm on the ball of my foot. I'm going to press back through the heel, stretching through the calf muscle. The gastrocnemius. Now, if you bend the knee just a little tiny bit, you'll shift to another muscle called the soleus. And then press through the heel again. Now let's take second side, left leg back onto the ball of the foot. And don't sink down here in the shoulders. Push. Nice long arms. Support the shoulders. Now bend the knee just a little bit. And reach through the heel again. Come to the tabletop, hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Let's take a down dog. I'm going to yoga move today. So lift your sit bones up. This is a nice place to stretch. So if you're not a yoga person, you should be. But this is down dog. This is a good stretchy pose. Now look up there between your hands. You're going to tiptoe your way to the top. Keep those knees bent like we did when we went down. Pull those feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. Whew. And then let's bring the hands down to the side. So let's move into a little bit of cardio. We'll do this like I usually do it. There are 3 exercises, a minute and a half a piece. And we'll rest for a couple minutes and we'll start going into some circuits. With 2-minute rest in between each one, each circuit lasts 5 minutes. We may repeat the cardio again before we're done. It just depends on how much time we have. And then at the end, I'm going to do a little isolated ab work. So a little abdominal work. Let me reset my clock. And the first one for our cardio, I need to flip to it, is, call it hugs and love. So you're just hugging yourself and crossing the foot over. So starting out with a little gentle boost to the old ticker. We're going to do these each a minute. Or you can slow down. You can speed up. You get real fancy and dancy with it. You decide what you want to do. Have fun. I'm changing the arm that's on top every time I cross my arms. I'm going to have to move my phone because there's a glare on the screen. Keep going. Got about 5 more seconds. That helps. Yeah, it helps. So we're moving on to our march now. So opposite arm, opposite knee. Up, down for a minute. If you want to kick this up a notch, you can skip. I think I'm going to keep it down today. I've just taught a class. Really pump the arms, really lift the knees, add that skip if you like. And smile. Boy, it's hot out there. I taught a class outside. Whew, I was in the sunshine. Got about 20 more seconds of this. Pump, pump, maybe kick it up a notch, a little turbo boost here for the last 15 seconds. Last 5. And then switching. So we're gonna do butt kicks, but we're gonna take the arms out and across. Again, you can go faster, slower. Start wearing out, just take the arms out of the equation. Pumping arms really gets the heart rate up. Breathe. We got about 20 more seconds. Five more. 2, 1, and stop. We get a 2-minute rest, and I am going to show you the first circuit. I'm going to turn the timer on so I know when 2 minutes are up. So the first one is a goddess squat with a double floor tap, and then we're going to reach up high once. So goddess, feet are wide, toes pointed out, 11 and 1 o'clock. So when you bend your knees, you track right down the center of the foot. I'm going to go down, touch, touch, straight legs, straight arms up. That was 1. So touch, touch, 2. We'll go for 12. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. You can do more than I'm doing. You can do less than I'm doing. We're just going to keep repeating these 3 for 5 minutes. When I tell you 5 minutes are up, we get a 2-minute rest. So a staggered lunge with a lateral arm lift. So I'm staggering 1 foot back on the ball of the foot since it's the lunge. So make sure the feet are on wherever it tracks. I'm going to do arm lifts. We'll do 6 on each leg. So 6 this way, 6 this way. And then standing Russian twists. You can keep your weights in your hand. You can take one weight or both weights. I'm going to keep my Russian twists are like this. So I'm working through the waist, working the obliques. But let's add a little balance challenge to it by lifting 1 leg. And we're going to do a total of 12 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to 12. And then we'll switch to the other leg for 12. So that's the first 3 exercises in the circuit. We still have about 10 more seconds. I'm going to grab a drink. I knew I would do that. I got water on my shirt. I told you I've been using this electrolyte powder. That looks nice. And when I take that lid off to pour it in, it never goes back on right, even if I try to make it go back on. All right, let me rewind. And go. First one is goddess squat. 12 of these, double tap. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. Keep going. And 7. So don't round the spine, you're folding at the hips. If you can't reach the ground, you can't reach the ground. I think this one's 9. Going for 12. 10. 11. And 12. And then getting your weights. And do lateral lifts with the arms and a staggered lunge. So on the ball of the foot, 6 on each leg like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Switch. We're going to pretend I'm working so hard about sweat down there. I don't know if you can see or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then standing Russian twists. I'm going to hang on to both of my weights like this. You can hold one weight, you can hold both, you can hold them in your hands separately. I'm going to lift my left leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And back to our goddess squat. Squat to put those weights down. So you may notice I'm barefoot today. So there's a lot of balance in this. I like to be barefoot anyhow, but I can balance much better in bare feet. 3, we're going for 12. 8, 10, 11, 12. And grab your weights. Staggered lunge, lateral arm lift. Maybe start with the leg you left off with before. 6 on each side. And switch. Check out that front knee. It should track right down the center of the foot. You should be able to see your toes. 6. All right, Russian twist. Standing on one leg. Lift into staff, and we'll count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. Second side. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back to goddess. Squat. Put the weights down. We are 4 minutes and 15 seconds in. 1, 2, reach. You can pick up the pace if you want. Slow down if you want. Six, halfway there. 7. Let's just finish out squats. We have 20 seconds left. Maybe pick up the pace. Oh, turbo boost. 5 more seconds. 2-minute break. Stop. Reset. Start. Okay, grab a drink. I'll see if I can do that without dumping it on me. Moving on to circuit 2. This is where a block can add a little pizzazz to this. We're doing squats with the feet close together. If you don't have a block, you can look in the side camera. And it's just squat. It's kind of like chair posing yoga. If you have a block, it's like you're putting yourself on high heels. So I'm on the balls of my feet. This just adds a little more effort, I think mostly to the calf muscles. You have to tell me what you think. Okay. Tricep overhead extension with a lateral leg lift. So we'll use both weights. The tricep extension looks like this. But I'm going to stick one leg out to the side. Now you can keep the toe down or you can lift the leg. Probably better to keep the toe down so you keep that alignment in the pelvis. If you're pretty stable with the leg lifted, you can do that. You can even come up and down. Now we're going to come down to the mat and do a little ab work. Laying on your back, feet hip distance apart. Keep the feet flexed. I'm going to lift my right leg and stack my heel on the toes of my left. I like to hang on to my mat and kind of pull on that. We're going to do leg lifts with both legs, same time 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, up to 6, and then we'll go to the second side. This is pretty good work for those lower abs. So those are the 3 movements. We're right at 2. So let me reset and we'll begin. So if you have your block, get your block. If not, just come to the feet to touch. We're going to do 12 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That really wore out my quads too. I think you are kind of pushing more into the heel with the heel lifted. Now squat to get your weights. I'll do those tricep extensions, 6 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch sides. I like these asymmetrical poses. We're kind of combining some work. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then laying down on the mat as the leg lifts. I don't know if you can see, but I've grabbed both sides of the mat. I'm going to pull them apart. Now, right heel on top of left toes, 6 times up and down. Don't touch in between lifts. 4, 5, and 6. Now switch. That one works up. All right, come on back up. We'll come back to our elevated squats, high heel squats. That's what we'll call them. It's like we're on high heels. High heels are so bad for your legs. Okay, here we go. 12. Eight, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So high heels are bad for the legs, but they're also bad for alignment and for posture. And someday when you come out of those heels, things are all out of whack. Oh, I guess I need my weights. I'm not going down to the mat yet. Tricep extensions with lateral leg lift. 6 on each side. Second side. Now we go down to the mat. Stack heel on toes, 6 each side. Switch. And come on up. We are at 4 minutes, so just a little over a minute left. Let's do heel elevated squats, high heel squats. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Grab your weights. We have 30 seconds. We'll finish out with the tricep extensions. Let's just do those without the leg lift. Keep going. "15 seconds. Maybe pick up the pace a little, turbocharge. Last 5 seconds. Build up those triceps. That's those kimono arms. I can never get rid of those, but whatever. Alrighty, we're 2-5. Squat with the weights down. 2-minute rest. Grab a drink. And we're on to circuit number 3 already. The sun's out. I have 98% of my flowers planted. I'm going to finish up this afternoon. They're much, much happier in their homes for the summer instead of little pots that you get at the nursery. So we're going to do Romanian Stagger. So, okay, so this is kind of a two-part thing. We did these maybe last week. Call it a dead march or a dead Romanian lift. So I'm going to reach down, folding at my hips. I'm only going to come up to my knee and then go back down and come up to my hip. That's one. We're going to do two of these. To the knee, to the hip. We're going to do 6 of these on each leg. And then the next one is a scaption. So a scaption, your arms can move this way and this way. And a scaption is in between. So you're coming out kind of in a V, shoulder height. And look how I'm holding my weights. They're like kind of like a hammer. First time we'll just do 12 of these. And the second time we may add a little lateral lift of the leg. We'll see how that goes. All right, and the third one is a lateral lunge with a weight. So we're going to come back into that goddess and just keep the weights here. And we're going to lunge side to side for a total of 12. We have another 10 seconds. I guess I need weights for all 3. I'm going to reset. And here we go. So stagger, it's not really a lunge, it's just a staggered step. The front leg is kind of straight, but the knee's not locked out. Holding at the hips so you don't have to come through to the floor. Come up to the knee, go down. Go up to the hip, little squeeze of the butt. That was 1. 2, squeeze the butt at the top. 3. 4, keep the spine neutral. It's really hard not to let the weight in the arms start to round your shoulders. Try not to do that. I think this is 5. 1 more. And second side. Hinge at the hips. So start with nice neutral spine. Keep that. Fold at the hips. Down as far as you can without rounding. Up to the knee. Down. To the hips. Squeeze. That was 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. On to scaption with, let's just keep the legs down. So we'll do 12. 1. Side in a V. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then lateral lunges with the weights. So I'm just going to hold them kind of like a goblet squat. So I'm holding it like a glass of wine. Turn your toes out a little bit. Lunge. 6 each way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's start our staggered Romanian deadlift. Back foot, you're on the ball of the foot. Front leg is straight, but a little bend in the knee. Nice neutral spine. To the knee, to the hip, squeeze. That was 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't let fatigue cause you to compromise your form. Okay, start neutral spine. I'm going to wobble over even in the shin. Down to the knee. Down to the hip. Squeeze. Oh, dizzy on this thing. One more after this for me. Lateral lunge with the, no, scaption. So scaption, this time let's try to do 6 each side with the leg lifted. But lifted and open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second side. Lifted and open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back to the lateral lunges. 6 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We've got 20 seconds. Let's finish it out with scaption. So start with the right knee lifted and open. We'll do 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Second side, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Put those down. Grab a drink. And we will repeat our cardio. A 2-minute drink or 2-minute drink. Well, 2-minute drink if you want to drink for 2 minutes, but a 2-minute rest. So hopefully you've worked up a little bit of sweat. Kind of blown the cobwebs out of the brain. At least started working in that direction. So the camera on my computer, I suppose I could put up a little bit high. You can see more of my arms. So remember our cardio is hugs and love and a march, big old arm swings, and then butt kicks with lateral arm pumps. We have about a minute more. We'll do 3 minutes of that. Now we're going to come down to the floor just for a few minutes. I'm going to talk about some core contraction, some isometric core exercises that you can do to help with the abdominal muscles, help with the core. And then we'll do some isometric exercises with the hands and knees to work the core as well. So let's get going. We're about a minute and 15. I feel rested. Okay. We're going to start our cardio. So the first one is hugs and love. Let's go a little faster this time. Hold for a minute. Keep breathing. Swing the arms wider, kick the leg further. Do everything faster. We're halfway to a minute. Keep it going. A little turbo boost here for the last 15 seconds. And then switching to march. So march. Swinging the arms, lifting the legs. You can add that skip if you want to. When I teach several classes in a day, and I have one or more of these to teach today, I have to kind of titrate my energy. would be bad form to collapse in class. Huh? Probably wouldn't be good advertisement. This gave me a little turbo boost, a little faster. Run, Forrest, run, right? 15 more seconds, maybe a little faster. Get that heart rate up. So increasing the heart rate helps with brain health. So you're kind of giving your brain a car wash when you increase that blood flow. And then moving into butt kicks. So butt kicks and then big arms. Last minute. Keep going. 30 more seconds, maybe turbo boost here. More. Heel comes high. Arms go wide. 10 more seconds. A little faster. Really finish out. 3, 2, 1. Give it a rest. All right. So I'd like you to come down to the floor or to your mat with me. Let the heart rate come down. Find a seat that's comfortable. You can even sit in a chair for this. But find a way that you can sit and keep the spine nice and neutral. If this doesn't work for you, and bring your legs out long and see if that works for you. If that doesn't work for you, you can set up on your heels. Just want the spine to be nice and neutral. Especially that lower back, maintaining that inner curve. So sitting nice and tall. In yoga, there's 3 big energy locks that we use. And the 2 below are really core contraction, really strong core contraction. First one's called Uddiyana Bandha. I want you to draw your belly button back towards your spine. And as you do that, lift it too. So back and up. Now hold that. So I'm holding it, and I'm breathing into my ribs, not into my belly. Back and up. It's called the flying lock. You can feel that contraction. Now release. Let it go. I want you to take your fingers and find the tips, the very front tips of your hip bones. Those are called the ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine. And then walk the fingers just to the inside of that until you feel the fleshy part. That's the transverse abdominis. That's what this energy lock is good to work. And this is the deepest muscle of the core. It's like a corset. It attaches back there to the spine. It really protects the spine and the core, maintains posture. There's just so many benefits from a strong core. Let's do that flying lock again. Navel back towards the spine and lift. Feel the muscle contract. And with that awareness, if it's not contracting, make it contract. Lift your pelvic floor just a tiny bit. That's the second bandha. That's Mula Bandha. Breathe into the ribs. We're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. So you don't have to have your fingers there, but it brings some awareness, and hopefully you, like I just did, when I did the Uddiyana Bandha, I wasn't quite tapping into the transverse abdominis, but with the awareness of the fingers there, then I could find it, so you feel that contraction. Now I want you to come to your back. And this is an isometric exercise for the rectus abdominis. That's your six-pack. I've never had a six-pack and never will have a six-pack. But a flatter belly might be nice, or a more toned belly. I want you to lift your knees. Now we're going to push into the knees and push the knees into the hands. So it's like you're trying to do a crunch, but you're not letting yourself. So the contraction is an isometric one. You're not producing movement. And I think you can feel the belly contract. We'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let it go. Now lift the hips. We'll stretch the belly out here a little bit and bridge. And breathe. Now for the obliques, we're going to flip you onto your belly and come to a forearm plank. So forearm plank looks like this. I like to bring my hands together. I think it makes it a little more stable. Then you come up onto the balls of the feet. The elbows are roughly under the shoulders, maybe a little ahead. Now to bring the obliques on board, I want you to push those forearms forward and then pull the forearms towards you. So you're going to rock a little bit and then push and pull and push and pull. Let's do 5 more each way. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Now drop your knees, walk your butt back, keep your arms long. We'll take a nice child's pose. And if you can bring those arms here by your shins, that feels really good too. Let those shoulders go, and turn your head to the side, just ready and go. Wiggle your fingers, circle your wrists, and come back up to a seat. Have just a couple of minutes here. Let's cool down a little by inhaling, reaching up. And exhale, push the air down away from you. Slow the breath down, inhale. Let your breath guide the movement. And exhale, bring the arms down. Let's do 4 more, inhale. And exhale. How about just one more, because I want you to do a little spiral called Sufi Grind. So in this shape, and you should be able to do it if you're in Dandasana, but this would be the best shape. So you feel the sit bones under you. I want you to swirl around, touch each sit bone, the pubic bone in the front, the other sit bone, and then the tailbone in the back. So you let your spine just be really loose and fluffy. And go the other way. And then rise up to center. We'll take a last few breaths together, and as we're breathing, as you inhale, imagine the skeleton, especially the spine, getting longer and taller. And as you exhale, imagine the muscles relaxing and sinking down towards the earth. But then as you inhale, that spine is nice and tall. And as you exhale, the muscles soften even more, release towards the earth. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And we'll take 1 more inhale together. Let's grab some sunshine. It just keeps clouding up out there. I don't know if it's like one cloud going by or it's getting cloudy. I got to get those flowers planted. And then as I end my yoga classes, since this is kind of yoga, may you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you for joining me right on cue. That's my 1 o'clock chime. I'll be back 7 a.m. on Friday morning and we'll do some yoga. I hope you're there. Have a good day and the rest of the week. Bye-bye.